Hank Yu, Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail's top ally, has made an insane threat against a channel covering Johnny Somali and Hank, and this is really wild. And frankly, it shows just how deranged Hank and Johnny are. Of course, this is a legal mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living in Asia, dedicated to ending nuisance streamers' crimes in Asia and across the world, and of course bringing you this fast facts premiere video with new information in a short, brief version while I'm on vacation here in Thailand. Of course, you can see this is not my normal studio. I'm in the lovely tropical islands in Thailand. I'm taking a little break. I'm having a good time. Something that Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail cannot do. Neither can Hank, by the way. They can just sit in a small apartment in Seoul, South Korea together while others enjoy their lives and go about doing things that normal people do. And normal people certainly don't make the types of threats that Johnny Somali and Hank make. Now, I'm no stranger to these threats. I've received several death threats myself from Johnny, from Hank, from their allies, and they haven't been aimed at me. They've been aimed at my friends, my family, my mother, my business partners. And they've even contacted people I work with, people I know, and tried to get me in trouble, tried to say lies to them, spread defamation. And the general rule is to ignore these people. But this is one that is worth calling out. This is one that's worth pointing out just because it's absolutely deranged and just because it shows that it's not just me. Other people are also catching flack. So this creator is 15 Minutes of Shame, and they've done some coverage on Johnny Somali. They, of course, cover other topics and other people, but Johnny and Hank are particularly unhinged, and they tend to lash out. And this is pretty clear lashing out. So here we have, this is courtesy of Johnny Somali on X, but here we have a screenshot from Steam. Now, this was verified independently by a video that shows this is legit. This is not doctored. This is 100% real. So that's why I feel confident covering this and confident talking about this. But you see this individual, Adrius, is talking to Hank, and his logo there, his nickname is Hank the Tank. He also uses that for his YouTube channel. Of course, he is anything but a tank. He is a paper mache tiger. But anyways, he sends over a video of 15 Minutes of Shame and says, why is this guy keep pulling this up in his video? So he's talking about a video where Hank is mentioned. Hank the Tank says, 15 Minutes of Shame is absolutely obsessed with me. And the guy responds, yeah, saw that. And then he says, LMAO, MF needs to be, and I'm just going to use the word deleted because I want to keep it YouTube friendly. But you can see in that last line, it's a clear threat towards this creator. This is something that is absolutely something that normal people don't say. Normal, regular people don't say things like that. Of course, as we know, Hank is not a normal, regular person. This is a person with a criminal record. He was caught breaking and entering and attempted robbery when he was younger. He was convicted of several firearm-related felonies and ejected from the United States. He lost any possibility to ever be a permanent resident of the United States because of those felony charges. He lost all of his appeals, which he appealed all the way up to the Supreme Court of the United States, which denied him. So he's been fully denied out of the U.S., cannot go to the U.S. at all because he is a criminal. And that's something that is just straight up factual. I've showed the data. It's all there on Hank. And of course, this is the type of person that houses and shelters Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, for the past year as he committed crimes and continues to commit crimes, including new crimes, which he's been reported to police on, including one specific crime for which I believe Hank was very mad. And Hank brought this up because he is very mad that he is involved with Johnny Somali in one of the particular instances, which we have seen he is reported for child sexual harassment under the Korean Child Welfare Act. And that's very serious. And I think Hank knows that he's under pressure, he's under scrutiny, he's being investigated by police. And because of that, Hank is freaking out. Hank is losing it right now. And that's why he felt the need to threaten people. Now, I'm going to give you the real news because, of course, while I report on Johnny Somali, I'm very fair and I give you the truth and just my take on this in conversation with South Korean lawyers and in conversation with people who know the law in South Korea. The reality of the matter is Hank will not face criminal charges for this in Korea. Now, I know others have brought up that potentially, if this was all in Korea and all the parties were in Korea, this could be some sort of intimidation or threat or attempt. Who knows? but they're not in Korea. And that's reason number one of two reasons why this is not going to go forward. Korea does not like to prosecute, and many countries, not just Korea, many countries do not like to prosecute international threats like this, threats that are across national borders, particularly countries that are far away like Korea and the United States, and particularly as this creator who said he lives in New York, and I'm not exposing that, he said he lives in New York in the United States, he doesn't live in Korea. He doesn't have an apartment in Korea. He doesn't study in Korea. He doesn't work in Korea. He has no connection or ties to Korea. He's not been going to Korea recently. He has no reason to believe that he's going to be there where Hank could take action on this threat in Korea. And law enforcement looking at that is going to say, yeah, it's bad, but it's not something we're going to independently take action on. Now, if other charges are brought against Hank, that is something that could be used against him to show his character and his general demeanor and how he's unhinged, etc. But right now, they're probably not going to take action on this independently. The second thing is that Hank is banned from America. So there's not really a way for him to go to America and independently take action on this. And I know you're saying, okay, they can have minions and the minions could do it. Yes, that is theoretically possible. However, it's highly unlikely. And to be honest, let's be real for a second. All the people that support Johnny and Hank, they're dimwits. They're nobodies. They're basement dwellers. They live with their mother. They have no money. They're losers. All of these people are completely impotent. And that's why when they've made threats against me and others who've covered this, we all just laugh at it and just don't pay attention, ignore it. Most of it I just don't even pay attention to. Somebody sends me one of these threats and I say, who cares? They're not going to do anything about it. Notice their pattern. They only pick on women and children. And because of that, I'm neither a woman nor a child. Therefore, I don't feel intimidated by this. And as far as I know, this creator appears to be a man based on their voice, and I am making an assumption there, but that's the assumption I'm making here. I don't think he has anything to worry about it. And I think even most women wouldn't have anything to worry about because they could beat up Johnny and Hank. They don't target men. They're scared of men. They're not going to do anything about it. So I think that coupled together is something where we're not going to see something come of this legally. Now, there can be consequences. What could happen? Well, we have seen Hank lost his gym membership because somebody reported him. Somebody showed the gym what he's doing and his actions and his threats and his online behavior. And because of that, he lost his gym membership. And I've talked about this before, but Hank is in school. Schools in Korea and everywhere care about their reputation. And schools in Korea can legally terminate you for damaging the reputation of the school. So therefore, if somebody was to find out his school, and mind you, it's very possible, I mean, there are neighbors of Hank that know where he is and know where he's going. If they were to report this to the school, they could pull his degree. They could kick him out. And beyond that, he'll never get a job in Seoul, South Korea. He'll never get a job in Korea at all, or most any developed country, because people can report this to his employers. He's essentially unemployable. He's going to be an unemployed loser for the rest of his life. That's his true crime. That's his criminal punishment. Non-criminal criminal punishment, if you get what I mean, is that he's unemployable, he's a loser, and he's always going to be somebody that has to be taken care of by his family. He's from a silver spoon, rich family in Korea, and they're going to have to feed him the rest of his life. That's his punishment. Beyond that, his family is probably going to hear about this, and this isn't a good look for him. When mom finds out, Hank, and I know you're watching, Hank, when mom finds out you're making international death threats, do you think she's going to be proud of you? Do you think your family's going to be proud of you? No. You're an embarrassment. You're a black sheep. You're a loser, and you'll always be a loser. Because of that, guys, make sure you smash the like button to make Hank angry, and I will catch you on the next.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?